In another development, House Minority Leader Ronaldo Zamora reiterates his call for an all-party caucus to settle the quorum problem that has been hindering the progress of legislative action on the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law. Again, here's Freddie Abando for the full story.
Peace and blessing of Almighty God be upon all of us. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleague, ladies and gentlemen, good day. It is with heavy heart that this humble representation from the 1st District of Sulu has to stand once again in this august chamber on the individual and collective privilege on the very controversial issue of the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law.
For the second straight week, the lack of a quorum has been a major issue in the House. Of its 291 members, only 40 were present on the floor. Because of this, deliberations for the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law failed to make progress. Only 7 session days remain in the calendar for Congress to act on the measure. Yesterday, House Minority Leader Ronaldo Zamora called on the leadership to convene all parties for a caucus to determine how the quorum issue and the contentious provisions of the draft law will be settled. Today, the same message was delivered by Zamora.
We have to do something about BBL. Either we pass it or we reject it. At least something must be done in order to justify all of the many hearings that we had here and outside of Congress. And at the end of it, we've had too many discussions. Everything has been said. I think it's time now to come to a decision.
Patience is running low for members of the House from the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao, led by Deputy Speaker Pangalian Balindong of Llano del Sur and House Committee Chairman on Muslim Affairs Congressman Tupay Luong. Luong expressed frustration for the slow progress of the debates. The list of interpellators remain at 15. Luong wondered if the BBL is a priority for the House to pass in support of the President's commitment in winning the peace.
Many felt that this delay and seemingly impending failure of Congress to pass this BBL during this 15th Congress simply confirmed their long belief of another insincerity of the Philippine government to solve the Bangsamoro rebellion in the country peacefully. The government, Imailip Bangsamoro Comprehensive Agreement, and the BBL are now being seen as another government strategy and tactics of just giving false hope to the Bangsamoro people.
For long years, Mr. Speaker, I have watched. I have waited. I have prayed that this would be the time when unity between all Filipinos would be realized. While I have earned the respect and trust of my people as their warrior, ready to give up my life for their dreams and aspirations, I would rather that my people remember me as a peacemaker. My dear colleagues, please join me in this quest for lasting peace in Mindanao.
Luong reiterated his call for the President to certify the measure as an urgent priority measure. The former rebel, who was among the first to fight the government when the Muslim rebellion started in the early 70s, is concerned failure to pass the measure may force the Moro Islamic Liberation Front to drop their quest for peace and continue the struggle for independence.
While we keep on hoping for a lasting peace in the country, we seem to have sincere effort to provide solution to attain that lasting peace. We keep on calling Bangsamoro people our brothers, yet we seem not to trust them to govern a meaningful and acceptable autonomous government based on their culture and within the ambit of the Philippine Constitution. We keep on entertaining the idea and suspicion that Bangsamoro people will one day separate from the Republic of the Philippines. Mr. Speaker, if the Moro people felt that they are not fairly treated, if they continue to feel discriminated, if they feel there is no justice in this country, if they feel they are not trusted to govern an autonomy and much more to be part of the national governance. With or without autonomy, they might resume their struggle to separate from the Republic of the Philippines.
In the meantime, the senior leaders of the Senate in the 8th and 9th Congress urged the younger members of the House to give their support for the Bangsamoro Basic Law. Former Senate President Aquilino Pimentel said failure to approve the BBL before the Christmas break will set the quest for peace backward and delay further the development of the conflict areas in Muslim Mindanao.
The BBL will get through the process of Congress at this particular session before the Christmas break. Because if we meet that self-imposed deadline, if you want to call it that, then all the parties to the negotiations will have a chance to prepare for their next move, which in the case of the MILF panel, they would like to be able to participate in the elections, I think, that are set for the Bangsamoro entity. And so we have to take that into account, because we don't want it said that the Philippine government merely misled them into believing into something that is being half-heartedly pushed. Anything beyond that will push the peace effort backwards. And we'll be back to square one all over again. And we would like to appeal to the younger elements in Congress particularly to look at the hairs of the people before you today. They are covered with white like the snows of Kilimanjaro that Hemingway wrote about. In other words, just to make sure that whatever little words of assistance that we can extend to their effort would be given to them without any reservation on our part.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.